Hey there everyone, I am Richard and this is Cowboy Survival. We're out here at a local park today and I thought what I'd do is take a look at this first aid kit that Rhino Rescue sent me. This is the Rhino Rescue SE iFak. I believe it's the Pro Plus edition. It didn't say in the packaging, but the items that are in it indicate to me that this is the Pro Plus edition because it's got some items that the Pro edition usually doesn't have. We're going to take a look at this. We're going to take a look at the pouch that it comes in. We're going to take a look at, talk about the weight of the item, the things that are in it, and whether it's appropriate more for maybe putting in your vehicle, taking on a camping trip with the family, putting in your backpack, whatever. So with that, let's just get into the Rhino Rescue SE iFak. Okay, so this is the pouch that the iFak comes in. It's got Velcro here on the front. It's got the laser cut mollies on here. It does have a little first aid patch, but it's kind of beige and black instead of red. It'd be kind of nice if it was red, but that's okay. It's kind of thick, as you can see, but that's because it's got a lot of stuff in it. But it's got the standard features that all of them have. It's got a buckle on the front, a little quick release buckle on the front. It's also got two of the nice zippers on it, so those are really nice. It's got on the back, it's got straps so you can put it on a belt of some sort. It also has the molly on the back, so you can put that on muscle. So you can't really unattach these, but if you had some straps, you could attach this molly. It's got a couple of D-rings here. It also has the quick release Velcro backing on it, and it says Rhino Rescue right here on the sort of handle it has. So let's open this up and see what is in it. It's got a clamshell style opening, which is pretty typical of these. And it's got a lot of stuff in it. Of course, it opens up this way as well. And what we will do is we'll take a look at all these compartments and see everything that is actually in here. Let's just start with the zipper fold-out pouch right here. It's got several items in it. These are small items, little things that you want to keep. They got an eye shield, so if something happens, you can put this over your eye. It's kind of nice. Some lubricating gel. They have some burn gel in here, which is kind of nice. These are gloves. I don't know how good they are, but they do have nitrile gloves, and I'm trying to think how many are in each one of these. It looks like there might be one in each package. So you've got two gloves here. I normally carry three. This is a mouth guard. So if you're doing mouth to mouth, you have sort of a mouth guard here, so you don't have to actually come in contact with the other person. It's got several items in here. They call them wound plasters. But what you've got in this package here, this little Ziploc baggie, you've got some items here. You've got some sort of a butterfly kind of bandage here. You've got some just regular Band-Aids. It's got some. This is, I'm not even sure what that is. This is some kind of a gauze bandage that has adhesive on the back. You get 4 of those, and again, another Band-Aid. These are a little smaller Band-Aids than these others. So you have 2 different size Band-Aids here. Actually, you got, looks like 3 different kinds of Band-Aids. You got these bigger ones, these that are sort of medium size, and then these that are sort of this kind of interesting configuration. So you've got different types of Band-Aids available to you within this package. And that's what you have in this, they call these the wound plasters that go in here. This baggie is a little small, getting stuff in and out of. Once you take it out, it's kind of hard to get it all back in, but it'll go back in there. In addition, in here, it's got a couple of other items. It's got some more gauze. A sterile gauze. It's got a larger bandage here. If you have a larger scrape wound or something you needed to cover, that'd be really great. They said you could also use this for an iPad. Then you got, let's see, you've got another one of those iPads right here. And then it comes with some tongue depressors. I don't know why you'd need a tongue depressor, but you've got one. And then it comes with a number of safety pins. I guess in lieu of a suture kit, you could safety pin a wound together. I suppose that's what that is for. So all those go right back in here in this package. So let's put these things back in here. So let's move to the middle section. In the middle section, you've got some interesting items. First of all, right here is your tourniquet. This is a ratchet tourniquet. It's kind of small, but it's meant to be an emergency kit. Remember, this is not a trauma first aid kit for long term. It's an emergency kit. It does tell you to mark the time on it, and you get a pen right here so that you can mark the time on this, which is, of course, certainly you need to do. This is kind of interesting. This is one of those little trach tubes. I don't know if I would ever use one of these. I would be a little concerned that I would hurt somebody by putting one of these in. I can understand why they're important. This just isn't a thing that I would ever attempt to use unless I had training in using it. So I would suggest get some training if you plan on using things like this or doing any suturing. It does have a pair of scissors here. These are really useful for cutting clothing and things, especially when you're trying to apply a tourniquet. It does come with an emergency blanket, which is kind of nice. It looks like it's green on the outside, and it looks like it's just a standard emergency blanket. I have nothing wrong with it. This is one of the bulkier items inside this packet. This is a moldable splint, and let's open this up and I'll show you what these do. So this is a Rhino Rescue moldable splint. When you unfold this, it allows you to do a lot of things. You can put this around an arm, you can put it on your elbow and fold it up, and then and fold it up and then wrap it. You can mold it if you need to. This way, if you need to put it around a foot or an ankle or stabilize a leg, you could do a lot of things with this particular splint. If you want to put a foot in the bottom of here and put this up to stabilize the lower leg, you could certainly do that with this. I've always liked these things. They're very useful to have. They can be very, very helpful in an emergency situation. So I've always felt like these are the kind of things that everybody ought to have in their emergency kit. And so that's the Rhino Rescue moldable splint. So let's see what's in the other side of this thing. So over here in the final side of this, we've got some items. And not only do we have the items we can see, but there's some items in a pouch back here, which I think could be really useful to us. So what we want to look next at is what we have here. So first thing we have here is some sterile gauze that is sealed up and ready to be used when necessary. And you get 2 of those, which is kind of nice. You also get an Israeli emergency wound bandage here. These are really great because you can put pressure in a specific place where otherwise pressure might be hard to get. So these are always really nice to have in a package. Now you also have up here, you've got some regular just tape, which would be really great in any situation. And you have some more gauze. Now this is just elastic bandage, not really gauze, this is elastic bandage. So once you get the gauze on, you can put the elastic bandage around and kind of keep that from coming off. Now back in here, it's got several items back in here. Again, some of these are the items that are really nice. Here's a dry burn dressing. Burn dressings are really important because you can get injuries that can be pretty bad from burns, and you want to fix those quickly. 2 chest seals it comes with. These are really useful in case of any kind of a puncture wound in the chest, and not just gunshots. There's lots of wounds you can get from punctures. Accidentally, jam a hanger through your chest by accident. If you're cutting a wire, a stiff piece of metal or something could stab you. A knife could stab you by accident. A lot of things could cause a abdominal or chest puncture, and having these chest seals would be really nice to allow you to continue to breathe properly. Also, what you've got here, you've got a couple of abdominal pads in case you get an abdominal wound here. These are really nice. These are these wound plasters here. These are really nice because you basically apply it to a wound and you pull the little zip ties and it closes the wound. So these almost act instead of stitches. You can put this on either side of an open wound, pull those, and it'll pull that wound together. Really, really nice items to have. And you get 2 sets of those. And then finally, what you've got in here is a triangular bandage, which is going to be much better than using, say, your shemagh for that purpose. Really nice triangular bandage that you can use. So you get a lot of stuff in this kit. And I think this kit is certainly ready for just about any disaster that you might run into. Oh, yeah, the geese are just taking off on the lake down there. So an interesting question you might wonder is, what's this appropriate for? Again, This is pretty thick. This is not going to fit in most backpacks, and you wouldn't want to use this to take up a lot of your valuable backpack space. If you were going to do this, you'd want to attach it somehow to the outside of your pack. It's even kind of bulky to wear on a belt, I think. So this is great for the car, and like I said, I'm going to put this one in my truck and replace my other one, though I will put some other things in it. Now, the thing that makes this so bulky, of course, is that bendable, moldable bandage, a moldable splint that's in there. That's a really valuable item to have in a kit, particularly a kit in a vehicle. You get in an accident, it's very easy to break a bone, and you need to stabilize it. So that bendable splint is really useful. And it's just really bulky to put in a backpack. So if you're riding a bike and need to attach this to your bike, great. If you're going on a camping trip with your family and got a whole bunch of gear with you, I think that's wonderful. I think if you want to put this in your vehicle, I think that also works very, very well. I'm not sure it works so well in a backpack. Now, I'll also say this thing weighs about 2 pounds when it's full like this. Now, a large part of that weight is that flexible, bendable, moldable bandage that comes in. Take that out and the weight goes down significantly. So the weight isn't a big deal if you take that bandage out. I would add some things to this. Personally, I would add some acetaminophen to this. There's no acetaminophen in here. There's no, as a diabetic, I would add sugar tablets in here. I would probably take out the pharyngeal tube. I just don't think I would use that. I'd probably take that out. I might take out one of those sealed up, sterile foldable gauze packs are pretty thick, so I might take one of those out. I don't know if I'd always keep the Israeli compression bandage in there, though those are really nice to have if you get a really bad gash in like a thigh or somewhere like that. The rest of the stuff is pretty compact and doesn't take up much room or weight, so I'm not sure I'd take any of that stuff out. I think the tourniquet is absolutely an essential item to keep. The only thing that you might really consider taking out of this would be the pharyngeal tube and the moldable splint that's on here. Well, that's the Rhino Rescue SE iFak. It's got a lot of great stuff in it, a lot of really cool items. It's a little big, I think, to put in a backpack. You'd have to put it on the outside of the backpack using the molly straps that are on the back. I think it's great to put in a vehicle, maybe to take on a family camping trip. Maybe if you're going on a bike trip, you could take it with you. It's certainly got a great handle. It's easy to grab and go, but at 2 pounds, it's a little heavy, I think, for a backpack. But I really like the stuff that's in here. It's a really complete first aid kit. This one's going in my truck to replace the one that's currently in my truck that I built myself. I will personalize this just a little bit, but not too much. Look, if you like the video, click on that like button down below. Give us that thumbs up. We're also trying to get to 11,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. So go click that subscription button. And when you do, click that notification bell. That way you'll be made aware when we have new videos come out that you might want to see. I've got one coming out in a couple weeks, probably maybe even next week, on a motorized water pump, water purifier that I received from a company they wanted me to take a look at. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to go over here to the park lake and take some lake water and see if we can't clean it. Hey, in the meantime, remember what we always say, go outdoors. It's great out there. Stay strong, stay prepared, and have a blessed day. We'll see you real soon right back here on Cowboy Survival.